live. Microphone check 1 2. What it do, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls with nappy hair, cornrows, and curls? And good evening. It is officially the first day at night episode in the day. What is it? Daylight savings, daylight, whatever it is. We're back to normal, where the day gets dark at freaking 8:30 p.m. Just how we like it. I don't know about y'all, but I don't adjusting. I just be like, okay, bet the days are longer. Let's get it. Yeah, I'm a little bit more tired, but I'll take this any day of the week. But nonetheless, good evening. Welcome to Day at Night Live, your weekly stop and dosage for sports, culture, and real talk. And boy, oh boy, do we have an episode for y'all tonight, because the NFL free agency frenzy is acting up. Not only that, like things that have happened. This has been a crazy a week around the NFL and football in general. This has been a crazy week around football. Free agency, the Dak Prescott situation, Sharon Moore with Michigan and his whole situation coming to light that he was in the sand. It's a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about as much as we can. There's no way in the next 60 to 90 minutes I can cover all the hottest trades and pickups from free agency, along with the hottest storylines. I can't. It's a lot. We're going to do our best to cover what we can today. It's a lot to talk about, y'all. But we're going to get into it, man. Before we do that, if you're watching live, make sure that you like, subscribe to the channel, be kept up to date on every live. If you're listening, check out the YouTube page. If you're on YouTube and you have to, go somewhere, you have to run to Walmart for your moms or whatever, you got to go do laundry and you can't, watch every second of this, you can listen back to it live, whether on YouTube or your respected podcast platform, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast at. Day or Night is there. So it's more than one ways to consume this content. So make sure that you do just that, but show love by liking, subscribing. And if you're on YouTube, hey, you can send a super chat if you want. Most importantly, make sure that you like. All right, we about to get into it, man, because wow, what a day. This is just the first day of free agency. And I mean, it just came left and right, pause, from Shefty. So we ready to get into it. But before we do that, before we talk about the free agency, right, I want to get into one of the biggest storyline, especially for us men, the whole Dak Prescott situation. So for those who don't know, Dak Prescott recently got engaged. He's soon to be married. But over the past weekend, it got called off. Now, purportedly, supposedly, allegedly, what we know is this: that Dak was said to be pushing his fiance, Sarah Jane, hard for a prenup to protect his $240 million NFL contract. Rightfully so. He's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. I mean, from the sounds of it, from him even mentioning a prenup, he's smart. Good for him. Boom. Rumors say that they got into a huge screaming match right on their yacht after she refused to sign. And I also think this was during their, what are those things called? Like one of their bachelor or bachelorette parties. They were celebrating and preparing for the marriage, right? They get into a huge argument. He wants her to sign the contract, and there's been a conversation that's been going on. She said no. They got into a huge argument. Boom, it gets called off right then and there. Following their fight, insiders say that they permanently broke up and ended their wedding plans over the prenup. 18 years. All right. I'm going to say this to begin with. Dakota Prescott is all right with me. And this is coming from an Eagles fan. He's all right with me. I was not familiar with his game. And good for him. Good for him, right? I mean, the fact that, for one, he even is smart enough to, throw out the prenup, good for him. But not only that, he stood on toes. I'm pretty sure she tried every trick in the book to convince him that they did not need a prenup. But he stuck to his guns. And for that, I tip my hat to him. I tip my hat to Dak for that, for sticking to his guns. I'm not going to lie. Dak is all right with me. He's a Cowboys. He plays for the Cowboys, so I can never say I like him until he leaves the Cowboys. But I'll just say Dak is all right with me. But I like that he stuck to his guns. Listen, man. It's nasty. And when I first heard this, I was like, bet. But then I was like, damn, but he's still going to get hit with a mean child support, though. That child support is still going to spank him. Not necessarily. So I did some research, and Texas child support laws are different. So Texas child support laws goes off of a percentage of the father's income, and it's 20% for one child, 25% for two child. 2 children, right? So he'd have to pay 25% of his income of 250 mil, which is about over 60 mil. You would think, and this is per month that we're talking, but Texas caps it. So what they do is they cap it at 11,000 per month as far as what can be taken away from. So basically what I'm saying is the max in Texas that someone who makes, I think it's over 60 or 600,000 is like $3,000 a month for 2 children, right? So everyone's like, oh, bet he got away. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's celebrating. But the thing is, a Texas judge can order for more if deemed necessary based off of factors like private school, daycare, all that stuff. Not what do like some like women like to say, I forgot. Like you see it where like some women, they ask for the Brittany Renner. She's asking for way more from PJ Walker, and they say why for, I forgot the word. Basically, they want expenses. They want to keep up with the current expenses of someone that's rich instead of using it on a child, right? So a Texas judge can technically come in and say you got to pay more than $3,000 per month, but that's only deemed necessary based to proven factors, not just because she want to have a better lifestyle. No, it's because, okay, I need proof of childcare, I need proof of private school, I need proof of where y'all go to grocery shop at, all that stuff, right? So it's not going to be scot-free. So I say all that to say, shout out to Dak. The fellas won 1 for 1, but it's a shame that it even comes down to this. It's a shame that we even speaking like this. I feel like I wasn't alive then, I don't think, but I feel like how black people felt when OJ was found innocent. It wasn't necessarily about the fact that OJ was found innocent. I think it was more so about the fact that black people finally won one after getting screwed in the court system for so long. I think that's what it was. This is familiar. I think men are happy for Dak because crisis averted. He dodged a bullet before it even happened. He didn't get screwed. But this all, if you ask me, this all boils down to why is it even allowed that men to be able to get screwed so much as they can? And I know some people are going to say, oh, some women get screwed too. A very small percentage of women get screwed when it comes to having to pay child support, alimony, all that stuff after divorce. Yeah, we know the Halle Berrys, and I could probably name only 1 or 2. I can only name 1 or 2 more. But we can name hundreds of thousands of men. So the fact that someone was able to dodge a bullet before the gun was even shot, that's a dub for the men, bro. That's good. Shout out to Dak. I'm happy for him, man. I mean, he's the quarterback of my sworn enemy. I'm an Eagles fan. He's a Cowboy, but outside of the football field, I tip my hat to him. He stood to his guns. Now he's able to hold on to his money. Now he's, not going to have to give up $100 million. And I think the best way to learn from people is to learn from people. He's like, I ain't trying to give up 100 M's. Fuck am I, Shannon Sharp? But I also will say this, because they have 2 kids before they got married. Oh shit, where'd it go? Where's the picture go? A lot of people talk about the, marriage before kids thing, and this is why. You know what I mean? But I want y'all opinion. If she's, if this even happened over a prenup argument and she left, do y'all think that means that she was really for Dak in the first place? If a man and woman about to get married and the man has a lot of money and he brings up a prenup and it creates conflict and leads to the marriage being called off, do y'all think that means that the woman did not really love the man? Because if you ask me, I think first and foremost, this is pride. I think her pride got in the way because she still could have been up. It's not like Dak would have been like, oh, I'm not going to take care of you. She would have been up. She would have been up. She would have been up regardless. It's just, listen, worst case worse, if something happens, I want to be able to keep my chicken. Listen, I'm a defensive person, not just in sports, even though, yes, I played defense in football in college and everything, but I'm a defensive person. When I say that, I mean, I like to be able to put myself in the best situation to react for the best results if deemed necessary. And what I mean by that is this. I always prepare for the worst, but expect the best. You have to. Anytime I like come across a chick that I like, I'm like, damn, odds are at some point we're going to break it off. So let me just enjoy the hell out of the moment while I can. I don't go into every situation thinking, oh, I'm gonna be with her for the rest of my life. No, because that's what be leading to dudes crashing out, all types of crazy shit. Look at old dude, what's his name? Damon Pierce, the dude for the Bucks that crashed out on the basketball girl. She fine as hell, she bad. That was probably his first bad joint. And he thought he was ready to spend the rest of his life with her. Rookie. He a rookie. He just got drafted by the Falcons, excuse me. Just got drafted by the Falcons, rookie year. His girl wanted to leave him. He ain't know how to handle it. He crashed out. Now his NFL career is more than likely done. That's why I say you got to go into it expecting the worst, but hoping for the best. That way you're prepared for when the worst happens. You're like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? It's all respect. It's all love. Yeah, I'm heartbroken. Yeah, I'm going to miss you, but I'm not going to crash out. Because I already had this scenario planned out just in case. I think Dak moves the same way. I think he moves the same way. I gained a lot of respect for Dak for this. He stuck to his guns. Good for him. Good for him. Hold on to your money, Kings. Hold on to your money. But do I think she really loved him? I don't know. I don't know their situation. They had 2 kids before this, so they kind of worked backwards. I mean, if you want to talk the traditional route. So I don't know. Everything's subjective. My opinion is no, because it don't make sense. I mean, if you know you're going to get taken care of regardless, what big deal what big deal is it for me to have a prenup in it? You're going to get taken care of regardless. Like, if you with me, you're going to get taken care of regardless. But now you're saying no because of prenup, so your feelings hurt, your pride is in the way. Now you're going to have nothing but what? He probably going to pay like what, $10,000 a month in child support? That's like $5 a month for me. What? I'm easily paying $5 a month for child support. I'm talking about me. I ain't about to tell you how much I make, but I don't have a $240 million contract. But if you were to tell me, hey, listen, you can get out of this, you just got to pay $5 a month. All right, bet. Matter of fact, let me double it up just to get it over with quicker. Instead of waiting the 18 years, let's go ahead and knock it out by the time it's 9. I don't know if you can do that, but you know what I'm saying. But anyway, crisis averted, bullet dodged. The fellas won one for once. Dakota Prescott, you're all right with me. You're all right with me, man. You're all right with me. All right, now let's get into some free agency news. The very first one that happened, the first one that I remember or recall seeing, which was a very significant one, is DJ Moore to the Bills. Now, this one is important because, first and foremost, long overdue, the Bills haven't had or gone after like a true good number one. I don't know since when. I mean, they tried to think with Amari Cooper, but Amari Cooper was kind of at the tail end of his career because he retired like shortly after he went there. They did it with Brandon Cooks, and Brandon Cooks is cool. He's nice. He had a couple great seasons, but he's not a true number one. Shazier is cool, but they never had like a true number one. You know what I mean? And Josh Allen, he's a good QB. He does a lot, as it is, but they needed a true number one, and DJ Moore is a great wide receiver. His numbers, I think he only had like 700 or 800 yards this past season, about seven touchdowns with the Bears. But you got to look at the Bears receiving room. They had DJ Moore. They had Adunze. They had the rookie Luther. You know what I'm saying? Like they had a lot. They have a lot of wide receivers in Chicago. Plus they have 2 good tight ends. So the ball had to be shared a lot. DJ Moore going to Buffalo. He's going to be the premier wide receiver number 1. He's going to get majority of the targets from Josh Allen. I think they're going to work out good. I think he's like a season too late. I think he could have helped the Buffalo Bills this past, postseason. But regardless, I think it's a good move. I think it's a good move for everybody. So we're gonna see what Buffalo does, man. I'm not sitting up here making excuses for Josh Allen either. Let me make that very clear. I'm not saying, oh, the Bills never had any help. That's why no, the dude had 3 turnovers in his most recent postseason game. You don't make it to the Super Bowl with turnovers, and I be telling people that. You don't. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how fast you are. I don't care if you run like Lamar Jackson. I don't care if you throw like Josh Allen. And if you ask me, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen are tomato. I don't baby them. They turn the ball over in the postseason, don't make it, and then we be like, oh, well, they don't have any help. No, help yourself out first and foremost by not turning over the ball. And we're going to get to the Ravens in a moment because I have an unpopular opinion about them. And I know some Ravens fans tuning in right now. Y'all going to want to hear what I got to say about that. But the most important thing about this DJ Moore trade to the Bills is this. It's a lot of speculation brewing up more and more about A.J. Brown being traded from the Philadelphia Eagles. And two teams that, led the conversation a lot were the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots because they needed number one wide receivers, especially the Bills. Okay, we can cross the Bills off the list because they just got DJ Moore. Patriots, they needed a number one wide receiver, and they just released Stephon Diggs. On top of that, Mike Vrabel, everyone knows Mike Vrabel and A.J. Brown have a great relationship. A.J. Brown, he did a podcast with Julian Edelman and gave some subtle hints to he wouldn't mind. Like, everyone knows, the best spot possible for A.J. Brown would be the New England Patriots. The second would have been the Buffalo Bills. But with DJ Moore getting picked up by the Bills, it's like, okay, now it's the Patriots. So it can still happen. And if you know me, this past season, I say like a third through the season, I was very vocal about the fact that I believe the Philadelphia Eagles would be better off without A.J. Brown, and I leaned towards trading him. Now, the talks are brewing up more and more by the day. The Patriots even made an offer, but I think Howie wants a first round for AJ. Rightfully so. I could see a first round. Anything other than that, probably not, but I could see a first round. I think some second rounds were offered. Multiple first rounds? Hell no. Absolutely not. He's not worth 2 first rounds. Maybe a first and a fourth or whatever, maybe 2 twos. I don't know. But the price is, reportedly being set. We'll see what happens. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's traded either any day now. And I say that because this. Let's lay out the timetable of how this all started, of why I'm so set on we should trade A.J. Brown. Because if you know me, for a minute, I was complete opposed to that. I was like, he's a great receiver. He's a good teammate. Y'all are blowing things out of proportion. But let's look at the history of this, shall we? Start with the 2022 NFL Draft. When we made the trade for A.J. Brown, I vividly remember where I was. I was with my good friend Mallory. Shout out to Mallory. We were helping me move out of my first apartment in Charlotte, and the news hit my phone, and I literally yelled. And she was like, "What the hell are you yelling about?" And I told her, I was like, "Yo, we got A.J. Brown." Of course, she didn't know what the hell I was talking about, but still, I was so happy because I knew of the relationship with him and Jalen Hurts. I knew he was going to hit the ground running, and he did just that. The following season, that 2022 season, we hit the ground running. I mean, from the very first game against Detroit, we knew we had our wide receiver number one, and we went to the Super Bowl that year. So I was very happy about that. Fast forward a little bit. Boom. January 12th, 2025, wild card game against the Green Bay Packers. A.J. Brown is on the sideline reading Inner Excellence. Everybody blew that out of proportion. I had so many friends that blew that out of proportion, even QCB on Fox Sports Radio Charlotte. When I went on Fox Sports Radio Charlotte for us to talk about it, he blew it out of proportion, said he's a pompous, he's selfish for that, da-da-da-da. And I had his back. I was like, yo, he's just reading to keep calm. Like, what would you rather him do? Spaz out? What would you rather him do? Be on the phone? He's reading a book. He's not cursing out nobody. He's not spazzing out nobody. He's not even talking. He's in his zone reading his book. People have their different things. Some people pray. Some people zone out. Some people ride the bike, whatever. He's reading the book. I had his back to the fullest extent, right? And we ended up, winning that game and everything and winning the Super Bowl. And like I said, I had heavy criticism from 2 friends in particular, QCB from Fox Sports Radio Charlotte and my dog Bio, a.k.a. OT, who for years said A.J. Brown was a bum, he's selfish, all that. I said, yo, you're tripping. I got my man's back. Now, where did the tables turn? And when did I stop having A.J. Brown's back? Here's the exact moment. Mind you, everything that I just listed out, from us drafting him to him reading a book in 2025 and the criticism and him pouting, it was even videos of him pouting still. I still had his back. Here was the moment, the exact moment the tables turned. The Super Bowl, the 2025 Super Bowl, 13 months ago when we whooped the Chiefs in New Orleans. Mind you, I was so lit. Oh, that was such a great night. We're up against the Chiefs, and I think I'm the only person that peeped this because I still have yet to hear anybody mention this. I think I'm the only one to peep this. And I asked my brother, I forgot what he said because we were watching it together, but again, I was drunk, so I can't tell you. During the Super Bowl, we're up. I don't know exactly when. I was very intoxicated. We're up. I think A.J. Brown already scored his touchdown and everything. We're up. And Jalen Hurts threw A.J. Brown a back shoulder, and they didn't connect. And A.J. Brown, the camera was, I think it was on somebody else, but you could see A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown was pouting like a bitch. Very subtly, but you could read his energy. And it wasn't a pout like, I want to put up more points to beat these dudes bad. No, you could tell it was a pout like, I want the ball, which is cool. Every receiver wants the ball. I want the ball. I want my numbers. I want my catches. We're blowing them out the dust. And like I said, it wasn't, you could just tell. Like, I've played the game for long enough. You could tell it wasn't like we're taking it light on them. No, it was I'm not getting my numbers. Right then and there, the switch flipped for me. Right then and there. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do it anymore, bro. You mean to tell me we're busting their ass? We're busting their ass. Hurts has been phenomenal all game. Besides the interception he threw in the first half. It's been phenomenal. He didn't connect with you. Mind you, already got your touchdown. Everyone's eating. He didn't connect with you on one play, so you're pouting. That was it for me right there, bro. That was it. And that really let me know that A.J. Brown, it's as simple as this. Why even if he doesn't get traded, like, it just won't work. It's as simple as this. A.J. Brown, great wide receiver. I always wish him the best. A.J. Brown is a receiver who wants the individual stats rather than the team success. I don't care what he says. He's PR trained. Of course he's going to say this and that to reporters. He wants the numbers. And he even kind of said it subtly in his, message after we won a Super Bowl. He wants his numbers, right? I mean, look at it. He was making all this noise, pouting. He had bad energy. Soon as we started feeding him this past season, which led to us losing, mind you. I'm not saying it went hand in hand fully. Once we started feeding A.J. Brown, we started losing. Did he look stressed to y'all? Once we started losing, but he was getting his numbers. Did he look stressed like he did in the beginning when he wasn't getting his numbers? I'll answer it for you. No, he was not stressed. He had a very positive aura once he started getting his numbers, but yet we were losing. So he wants his individual stats, which is cool. I'm not knocking him for that. I just think everyone should be on the same accord. So again, I don't hate A.J. Brown. I still have his jersey. I should have brought it out here to show. I still have his jersey. The black A.J. Brown with the captain's patch. That thing is cold. I'm going to still wear it. He's a dog. We don't win the Super Bowl without him. We don't reach the first Super Bowl that we lose to the Chiefs to without him. He's a big part of why we did what we did and why we got what we got. The Jalen Hurts era, that is. But enough is enough. We're on two different pages. The Eagles, for the most part, Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni, we want to win another Super Bowl. Howie Roseman, we want to win another Super Bowl. Team success is number one. A.J. Brown, I think he already got his ring. He wants the numbers. He's, 30 plus. He wants to get into the Hall of Fame, so he needs his number. He wants his numbers. Respect. I think, respectfully, everyone should go about their own way and get what they want. That's all it is. That's all it is. And not only that, listen, man, I'm ready to see Devontae Smith at wide receiver number one. I'm ready to see Smitty in true form. His rookie year, he had to, he was forcing the wide receiver number one, but he was still coming along. Come on, let's not forget, this is a Heisman winning wide receiver, Devontae Smith. Heisman winning. He won the Heisman, folks. He's a national champion in college. He actually has one of the greatest football resumes of all time. I think him and Marcus Allen are the only one who won. Let's start with high school. High school state champion, college football champion, Heisman winner, Super Bowl champion. Smitty has a very, very impressive resume. Not to mention, he had one of the best moments in the Super Bowl that we won last year, the dagger. Oh, that was so beautiful. I have a T-shirt. I should have wore that damn thing. I have a T-shirt with the picture of the dagger. So I'm ready to see that, man. I'm ready to see Smitty at wide receiver number one. And we did get a glimpse of that a few times when A.J. Brown was hurt last year. But still, I think Smitty needs to be wide receiver number one. And I think with A.J. Brown gone, it doesn't put pressure on the offensive coordinator. Here's another thing. I say last year, our team's downfall had to do with three major things. The offensive coordinator, Nick Patullo, obviously. I mean, he was freaking calling Madden playbook with just the one form. It was awful. It wasn't even a Madden playbook. Madden playbooks are better than what Patullo was calling. That's number one. Nick Sirianni, for even hiring Patullo, realizing that he was incompetent and still keeping him in position, not making any adjustments. So Nick is to blame too. And I got to put A.J. Brown as the third. I think those were the top three. Now, why do I say A.J. Brown? Because listen, A.J. Brown clearly came out, said he wasn't happy with the offense. He wasn't happy. He wasn't getting targets. Kevin Patullo is a first-year offensive coordinator. He's trying to earn his respect. He's trying to learn the ropes. He's trying to earn his way. He's trying to earn his trust. So if you have a veteran all-pro wide receiver saying, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball, you're going to go against your originally planned game plan to make sure that he gets the ball. Multiple games. Look at Vikings. I think the very first drive, all we did was throw it to him. Vikings game last year. After that, Patullo said, okay, let's get A.J. Brown the ball first and foremost and right now. We're not a passing team, folks. We're a running team. The Eagles have always been a running team. When we run the ball, that sets up the pass. We've always been like that. So when we try to force the pass first, it throws off the game plan, and I think that helps make us more predictable. Opposing teams and opposing defenses were calling out our plays. That's because we went against the script. I think if we would have stuck to our script, we would have had a much better turnout. Now, why do I say that? Because the game that A.J. Brown was out, Week 8 against the New York Giants, was our best offensive game last season. Now, I know what you're saying. It's the New York Giants. Yeah, they had the 28th total worst defense and all that good stuff. Yes, their defense was not great. But I think it more so had to do with we went with our original game plan and spread the ball around instead of ran it first, spread the ball around instead of forcing it to A.J. Brown off Bucks. Stay with me, folks. Okay, boom. Philadelphia Eagles offense last year, Week 8 against the New York Giants. 427 total yards. Number one ranked as far as our offense last year. 276 rushing yards in that game was our greatest performance of rushing last year, number one. 4 rushing touchdowns last year. Again, number one. With, 4 rushing touchdowns with Saquon having not only a touchdown, but his longest touchdown of the season, that 65-yard run on his the first drive, which I believe was his first touch, which was the longest of the season. That was the first time we got a glimpse of last year Saquon. The first year we got him when he was breaking 50, 60, 70, 80-yard runs every single game. It happened against the Giants. And like I said, they didn't have the best defense, but I think it was because we were able to spread the ball around more, right? Saquon, 150 rushing yards on top of that. And I say all that to say we weren't pass first. We ran the ball and we spread the ball around. Kevin Patullo didn't feel pressured. That was Kevin Patullo's best called game. Like, we saw plays that game that we didn't see all through the season. That's because he didn't feel pressured to get the ball to somebody who's complaining out the gate. So, okay, we're going to run first and then we'll do this because that should be – he's not, okay, we might be able to run on this play. We might be able to call slant on this play, but let's get it to A.J. And again, A.J., he's worth it. You should give him the ball. But I think if you force something because someone is complaining, that's not good. That's my opinion. And I'm standing on it. God damn it. I don't care what nobody say. Call in, leave a comment. Let me know if you feel any otherwise. But I'm very stern on that opinion. We would be better off offensively without A.J. Brown. And let's see. Listen, if he gets traded, and I think he will, I think it'll happen any day now. If he gets traded and the season starts and our offense stinks, you got me. I'll throw in a towel. You got me. I'll come on here. I'll go on radio and say I was wrong. You got me. But I highly, highly, highly doubt that will happen. We have a new OC who won't feel pressure to do anything because he's a new OC. He'll spread the ball around. We'll go back to running first. A very important person I think the Eagles should bring back is Tank Bigsby, our running back number 2. Look, Will Shipley's cool and all. He's not cutting it. Tank Bigsby is a dog, and he proved it last year. But, of course, simple us, anytime he got going, anytime we gave him the ball and he did good, we would bring him out. Or he would only run it for one drive, even though that one drive will get 50, 60 yards from him. He's a hard runner. He's a great number 2 running back, and he's a great complement to Saquon to have a 1-2 punch. I think we'll have, here's my prediction. I think Saquon Barkley and Tank will lead the NFL with #1 rushing next year. I think we'll be the #1 rushing team if both of them come back and AJ doesn't. Another prediction. I think Smitty will prove that he's a true #1 wide receiver in the NFL. I mean, look at the Seahawks. When when the Seahawks drafted Jackson Smith-Njigba, he was a great compliment to DK, but DK was #1, bigger dude, just like AJ. They both went to Ole Miss, ironically enough. When DK left and Jackson had to step up as a true wide receiver #1 with a competent quarterback in Sam Darnold, what happened? He won Offensive Player of the Year. He led the league in receiving yards this year. Like, I think something like that can happen with Smitty if AJ doesn't come back. That's my bold prediction. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. That's my bold prediction. And again, I like AJ, but we're just, you can tell he doesn't want to be there. You can tell. You can tell he don't want to be there, which is perfectly fine. Like, you shouldn't be somewhere you don't want to be. That doesn't mean anyone has to hate the other. But I think he should, go on about his business and do what he got to do. But I don't think that's in Philly, and I don't think that'll be best for the team. Go Birds. Speaking of Go Birds, the first contract extension of the offseason for the Eagles, Jordan Davis. Now, shout out to Jordan Davis, man. 3-year extension, $65 million guaranteed. God. Which makes him the highest paid defensive tackle in NFL history. Definitely worth it. I'm happy for Jordan Davis because when we drafted him, he first round pick out of Georgia, and he was an absolute unit out of Georgia. And I actually saw him play live, now that I think about it, at Georgia when they played Clemson for the season opener in 2021. You want to talk about a football game? Oh, my God. And that defense was just so dominating. Like, I witnessed history that year, and I didn't even know it. But anyway, I'm happy because his first couple years after we drafted him, a lot of people were, like, all right, man, when is he going to show up? You know what I mean? Like, he didn't produce like a true first-round defensive tackle like Chris Jones. You know what I mean? He didn't. He just flat out didn't at first. But he took his health serious. He lost weight, got in great shape, and you could tell. And this year, he had one of the best seasons I've seen from a defensive tackle. And, I mean, he had one of the best plays in the NFL with that field goal block against the Rams, and then he ran it back, and he was moving, bro. That was amazing. I still couldn't believe that we won that game in that fashion. That was a great play. So I'm happy for Jordan Davis, man. And he's from Charlotte. You know what's crazy, actually? I worked with his mom at the YMCA for 1 week when I first moved to Charlotte. For 1 week. And I say it was only 1 week because, I mean, her son was getting drafted, so she left. She's like, well, she didn't have to work there no more. She knew she was good, but they're definitely good now.
She belongs.
Wait, my bad. The family's definitely good now. They eating 65 guaranteed. He's from Charlotte. He went to Mallard Creek High School. So shout out to Jordan Davis, man. Very well deserved. Very, very well deserved. And there's going to be a few, Eagles coming up next. Jalen Carter, he's going to be next. He's going to get paid. Cooper DeJean's going to get paid. Quinyon Mitchell's going to get paid. And Nolan Smith. We have some young stars on defense that we have to start saving up for to pay in the near future. And because of that, we already had to start getting rid of some dudes, man. First and foremost, Jalen Phillips. I kind of knew that was going to happen because he proved his worth. He proved his worth the second half of the season when we picked him up or when we traded for him. He proved his worth. I was like, he's going to get paid. I would have been surprised if we kept him because I knew he played too well and he would have been too expensive for us to keep. So I was surprised, but he signed 4 years, $120 million contract for the Panthers. So, hey, man, shout out to Jalen Phillips for that. He just cashed out. Nakobe Dean, I did not see that coming. 3 years, $36 million with the Las Vegas Raiders. I was about to say Oakland. So shout out to Nakobe Dean. But this one right here caught me from left field. Reed Blankenship. Ed Reed Blankenship, the second half of the exciting Whites. I did not expect that. I don't like that move. He got traded to the Houston Texans. Man, Reed was a great presence in the locker room and on the field for the Eagles. So I'm going to miss him. I know Coop is sick about that, Coop DeJean. But, yeah, man, like I said, those three, I definitely would have expected for us to keep at least one. I was optimistic about two. I was optimistic we would have been able to keep Dean and Reed. But, again, we got to start saving up for these young guns, man. Jalen Carter's going to get paid. Quinyon Mitchell's definitely going to get paid. Cooper DeJean's definitely going to get paid. Nolan Smith's definitely going to get paid. Like, those are 4 already within the next 2 seasons that we have to cash out. So we have to start now, man. So I'm not fully surprised by the three of them getting let go. I would have liked, for at least one of them to stay. But I get it, man. It's a business. You gotta work with what you work with. All right. Speaking of defensive players, the biggest defensive acquisition. All right, Ravens fans, y'all time is now. Because I got an opinion about this one right here. I got an opinion about this. The biggest defensive acquisition so far in this free agency frenzy is Max Crosby getting traded to the Baltimore Ravens for 2 first-round picks. First and foremost, I'm glad he didn't go to Dallas. Let me just say that. I ain't even gonna lie. Go Birds, baby. I'm glad he did not go to Dallas, so thank you, Ravens, for making that happen. And I know Dallas offered Las Vegas something for it. I think they offered him or offered Vegas maybe a first round and a second round, but definitely not 2 first rounds because Baltimore stepped in and offered 2 first rounds. Now he's in Vegas. Now, any Baltimore Ravens fans in the chat that's tuning in, let me know in the comment section how y'all feel about this. From what I've seen and from what I've heard from the Baltimore Ravens that I've spoken with, a lot of them are, honestly, all of them. I didn't hear anybody say that didn't like this pickup. All of the Baltimore Ravens fans are ecstatic about this pick. I don't think this was a good pick. A pickup for the Ravens. I don't think this was a good trade, I should say. If I were a Baltimore Ravens fan, I would not be happy with giving up 2 first rounds for Max Crosby. Is Max Crosby worth 2 first rounds? Absolutely. But defense is not the problem for the Baltimore Ravens, and it hasn't been for as long as I remember. Have they had some slumps? Yes. But let's be real. Can we, folks? Can we be real? Is this a safe space, as they say? Can we be real? Defense isn't the problem with the Baltimore Ravens. Just 2 years ago in the AFC Championship, they held the Kansas City Chiefs to 17 points and still managed to lose. We lost by 3 after putting up 41 and still lost. Y'all can't beat a team after putting up 17? Lamar threw 2 interceptions against the Buffalo Bills last season in the postseason. And everyone talks about that drop by Mark Andrews. Yes, that was crucial. But the two quarterbacks that made it to the Super Bowl last year, neither Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes, leading up to the Super Bowl, neither had a turnover in the postseason. The name of the game in the postseason especially is to protect the ball, run the ball good, and have a good defense. You can't tell me the Ravens don't run the ball good. They have Derrick Henry at running back. They stopped feeding him in the second half against the Bills. So I don't think Max Crosby is going to take them to the Super Bowl. For 2 first rounds, the Ravens should have used that on offensive weapons. Because I'm going to tell you, listen, let's be real. What's going to happen? Okay, they got Max Crosby. They got the best safety in the game in Kyle Hamilton. They have a good middle linebacker in Roquan Smith. Their front 4 is stout. They got Marlon Humphrey. They got Nate Wiggins. They have an amazing defense. We already know what's going to happen. They're going to make it to the postseason. They're going to choke, and they're going to be like, Lamar needs help. How are they going to do anything without help from Lamar? They're going to say Lamar needs help. So then why would you give up 2 first rounds for a defensive end if Lamar needs help? I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. For 2 first rounds, when your offense has kept you from the Super Bowl for the past however many years? But what are they going to do? Oh, we're going to sign a 35-year-old veteran wide receiver blank. Ravens do it every year. They did it with Deshaun Jackson. They did it with Dez Bryant. They did it with DeAndre Hopkins. They did it with Odell Beckham Jr. The Baltimore Ravens love old-ass wide receivers. No. And why am I blanking? The wide receiver, number 4 for the Ravens. I'll be having to memorize a lot of stuff for this. So the wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens, he's good. Hold on, I don't like this. Hold on, let me see what I don't know how I just blanked on his name. Zay Flowers, my bad, y'all. What are you talking about? Bro, he from the city. Who from the city? Max Crosby from North Carolina? I ain't say nothing bad about Max Crosby. I said the Baltimore Ravens shouldn't have given up 2 first rounds for him. Another team should have. My Eagles? Hell no. Nah. But a team should have. Justin. Oh, man. Alvin Kamara wants to leave the Saints. Yeah, they did just get Trevor Etienne. But yeah, he's not 2 first rounds. That's all I'm saying. But okay, Zay Flowers is amazing. Rashad Bateman, very inconsistent. They just got rid of Isaiah Likely. They got Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews. Zay Flowers is good. I think Zay Flowers would be better off as a number 2. I don't think he should be a true number 1. I think they should get like someone a little bit more bigger, more of a possession receiver, and let Zay Flowers take the top off as a speedy number 2. Similar to what, we used to do with Deshaun Jackson. That's my opinion. But yeah, they have bigger fish to fry. The Baltimore Ravens have more bigger things to worry about. Can Lamar get it done? Can Lamar get it done? It's like every season, every offseason, they do something and they say, okay, if Lamar don't get it done this year, then there's no excuse. How many off seasons have we said there's no excuse for Lamar? No excuse. Come on, man. And I hold Josh Allen in the same category. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are slowly but surely becoming the AFC versions of Dak Prescott. They don't get it done in the playoffs. I think Josh Allen's best chance to make it to the Super Bowl and possibly win was when their defense let the Chiefs drive down the field in 15 goddamn seconds. That was on the defense. I'll give it to you. That was on the defense that game because Josh Allen balled out. But he had 3 turnovers this past offseason against the Broncos. And he's crying after the game, and people are playing sad songs for him after the game. And people are making posts, oh, we feel so sorry. And then big-ass Deion Dawkins crying too, said, that's my quarterback. Fuck is you, T.O.? When are we going to stop this? How do you expect a quarterback to make it to the Super Bowl with 3 turnovers? It doesn't work like that in the postseason, people. It doesn't. The name of the game in the postseason, protect the ball, run the ball, good defense. That's how you make it to and win a Super Bowl. Seahawks, perfect example. Sam Darnold wasn't lights out, but he didn't throw an interception. He threw some damn close ones, though. But who got the Super Bowl MVP? Kenneth Walker. Why? Because he ran the ball good. And we all saw what that defense did against Drake May. Had him looking like he was seeing ghosts. Protect the ball, run the ball, good defense. It's not Russian arithmetic. It is not Russian arithmetic. So I'm sorry, I'm not doing this. I'm not feeling sorry for Josh Allen. I'm not feeling sorry for Lamar Jackson. Show and prove. So no, I don't think this was a good pickup for you to spend 2 first rounds knowing that you have a struggling quarterback and a struggling offense that is yet to produce when it matters most in the postseason, man. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. Now, maybe they're hoping this is going to be a repeat of 2000 when the Ravens defense is just so good that the offense, all they have to do is score more than 8, 9, 10 points. Maybe they're believing that. And it could happen, I guess. I don't know. But you're not going to make it turning the ball over in the postseason. And I'm not going to give any more excuses for Lamar or Josh Allen. I'm not. And I was ecstatic when the Ravens drafted Lamar. And y'all wouldn't even have Lamar first and foremost if it wasn't for my Philadelphia Eagles because we traded with y'all to get that draft pick. So this is no hate at all. I rocks with Lamar. I think he is a phenomenal athlete and quarterback. He's already proved so many doubters wrong. But he has yet to step up when it matters most. And I'll go in and say it. This is why I can talk my shit about Jalen Hurts. Yeah, he doesn't have the athleticism Lamar has. He doesn't have the arm that Josh Allen has. He doesn't have the highlights that neither one of them have. He doesn't have the precision that Joe Burrow has. But he shows up when it matters most. What did Herm Edwards say? You play to win the game. You don't play to look good. You don't play to have great stats. If that's the case, Lamar, Josh, and Dak, they're the MVPs. They're the greatest quarterbacks in the game today, if that's the case. I want to win what it matters most. If I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, I'm not happy with this. I'm not. Those are 2 first rounds we could have either used to draft some offensive weapons or offensive protection or used to trade for an offensive player. Come on, man. We got to put these excuses to the side. We got to get rid of them. We got to stop saying, oh, but they don't have this. Oh, they don't have that. But nah, man. Come on. We got to cut it out, bro. We got to cut it out. Because I was once that. I was once that, oh, he doesn't have help, or oh, there's no excuse this year. Nah, come on, man. When he got Derrick Henry, oh, it's no excuse this year. They started a good defense. When they picked up Zay Flowers, oh, it's no excuse. They started a good defense. The Baltimore Ravens are founded on defense and a running game. Listen, you're talking to someone who's from that area. I'm from Maryland. My whole family's Baltimore Ravens fans. I know more about Baltimore Ravens than a lot of Baltimore Ravens fans. Quadre Ismail, Derek Mason, Anquan Bolden, Todd Heap, Matt Stover, Kyle Bowler, Haloti Nada, Peter Boulware. Come on, Adalius Thomas. Come on, man. Tony Siragusa. Come on, I'm telling you, I done been to more Ravens games growing up than I have Eagles games. So I know what I'm talking about. The Baltimore Ravens have always been founded and prided on defense before anything else. I was there when Jamal Lewis ran for 2K with no gloves, gritty. I was there. I seen it. I seen it. So defense ain't the issue. Just 14 months ago, 2 years ago, AFC Championship, they held the Chiefs to 17 points and still managed to lose. Last year, about 13 months ago, against the Bills, yeah, Mark Andrews dropped a crucial 2-point conversion that would have tied it up. But Lamar had 2 interceptions in that game. Like I said, last year, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, neither one of them had an interception or any type of turnover leading up to the Super Bowl. You have to protect the ball. Ravens taking the chip next season, F the Chiefs. I hope y'all do, because the Chiefs ain't playing around. You see, they just picked up Kenneth Walker. They already getting ready for Patrick Mahomes' return. They ain't playing around. They just offered $12 million for Travis Kelce to come back for one final year. They not playing around. They said, okay, enough is enough. We gave y'all time. We gave the Ravens time to do what they had to do without Mahomes. Gave the Buffalo Bills time to do what they had to do without Mahomes, and both of them fell short. This was the easiest cakewalk for the Super Bowl for any NFC team. Whoever went from the NFC was going to win it. Indiana could have been in the NFC, went to the Super Bowl and won it. Yeah, I'm dragging it, but you know what I mean. It was a cakewalk. The AFC was wide open. Like Larry Davis say, big vagina. The AFC was wide open this year. And Josh couldn't get it done. Lamar couldn't even get in the building, let alone to the big dance. He couldn't even get in the building. While y'all are here, man, make sure that you go ahead and like the channel if you're watching live. Like, subscribe if you haven't already, so you can be kept up to date for every live. Appreciate everyone in here. And if you're really feeling generous, I mean, the super chat is open. You can leave, a couple of dollars for your boy. But yeah, listen, I hope y'all do it. I've been rooting for y'all for the longest. But enough is enough. I got to call a spade a spade. The Baltimore Ravens defense isn't the problem and has not been the problem for a good minute. It's the offense. So those 2 first rounds could have went somewhere else if you ask me. That's if you ask me. Max Crosby can't play wide receiver. So we're going to see what happens, man. I'm rooting for y'all, man. This is a great pickup. Like I said, maybe the defense is going to be so good that they don't have to score more than 10 points. I don't know. 2 first rounds? Y'all, do you understand 2 first rounds? That's heavy. And the Baltimore Ravens are more than likely going to be at least good enough to get to the postseason. So, that's 2 first rounds, y'all. What if Jeremiah Smith next year would have been available for the Baltimore Ravens to take? The best wide receiver in college football for Ohio State, 6'4", 220, runs a 4.3. Moss and dudes left and right. What if he would have been available for the Ravens to take next offseason or next NFL draft? But they can't get him because they got a defensive player. Let me know what y'all think, especially Baltimore Ravens fans. Let me know what y'all think. What's this a good pickup? Do y'all like it? Do y'all dislike it? Holla at your boy. If I'm a Ravens fan, I'm a little salty. I'm not going to lie. If I'm a Ravens fan, I'm not happy about this trade. 2 first rounds. That's a lot. That's a lot of chicken. 2 first rounds is a lot of chicken. You never know who will come out in this draft that may fall to you that you may need or that you may be able to trade up to. Jeremiah Smith available. You could have used one first round to trade up for him and then use that second round to grab him. But you can't. You got to pick somebody out of the second, third, or fourth round. And I get it. Every year, someone out of the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh round that does amazing. Listen, Puka Nacua happens once every, 20 years? Top 3 receiver in the game fell, what did he fall to, like the 7th or some shit? That does not happen often. Puka Nacua is a once in every 20-year occasion. So we'll see what happens, man. Shout out to the Ravens. I'm rooting for y'all, but enough is enough. I'm not making no more excuses for Lamar or that offense. I'm not going to say, oh, this is his final chance. I'm not saying it. All right. Like I said, free agency frenzy is off and rolling. It's so many signings that have recently happened. Like, I can't even name all of them. Like, there have been look at it, Big Easy, baby. Yeah, y'all see it. I'm glad I finally got these things framed. So for those who don't know, these are the Philadelphia Inquirer front page to both of the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl. I was in Philly for both games. I was able to grab both newspapers live from Wawa. Well, no, the first one I grabbed live. The second one I had to order. But the first one I got from Wawa after the game. It just felt good to finally, frame these things, man. Go Birds. Like, I seen it, bro. Like, and I was talking about this 2 weeks ago when I was saying, it's hard to let go of football when you're done playing. And people ask, why are you such a crazy Eagles fan? It's because I don't play no more. So that energy has to go somewhere. Like, I can't wait for this season, man. Damn, we have such a long way to go, but I already can't wait. But that's why I'm such an Eagles fan. I don't play no more, so that energy goes to that. Like, when I watch a game, I be acting like I'm on the field, bro. It gets crazy. If you watch the game with me, you know what I mean. But anyway, all right, like I said, a lot of free agency has happened. I mean, I don't even know where to start. Trent McDuffie becomes the highest paid corner in the NFL with the Rams. McDuffie's good. He's one of the best nickels in the game. I think he's top 3 nickels in the game. I would have him number 1, so it's worth it. And there's so many other ones. Malik Willis, shout out to Malik Willis. He's getting a shot with the Miami Dolphins. He was scrutinized when he went to the Titans, and they kind of just threw him to the Wolves. He didn't perform like he, would have been projected to, I should say. But went to Green Bay, sat, learned, did what he had to do, soaked up game. When his number was called for the Packers, he would show up and show out, earned him a spot, earned him a contract in Miami. So I think they're going to do something. Tariq Hill, he got released by the Dolphins, so he's not coming back, right? Am I mistaken with that? But Jalen Waddle. So we'll see what the Dolphins do with Malik Willis. Shout out to Malik Willis. All right. Free agency we can talk about all day. Let me know if y'all want to talk about a specific trade or pickup that happened. It's too many to name. To step away from free agency just for a second, it recently came out that Sherrone Moore. Woo! Hey, man. Between Dak and Sherrone Moore, I'm happy to see black men get some dubs. I'm happy to see us get some dubs, get some W's. Because it shouldn't even come down to this. Like, it shouldn't even come down to me having to say this because it shouldn't have ever happened in the first place. But anyway, let's talk about it. Sherrone Moore, former Michigan football coach, and we all remember that fiasco that happened. Former Michigan football head coach Sherrone Moore, felony charges dropped after the judge ruled that his mistress was not a victim of stalking after evidence was presented in court. He was set up and cops withheld evidence.
This is a sick Negro.
That is nasty work. That is nasty work. Tariq ready to get signed to the Chiefs. Yeah, but I don't think he's even going to play next year. Like, his leg, he had like a similar injury to Tank Dell. He might not even play next year. Like, I think he's going to sit out next year. But anyway, back to this. So that's nasty work. That, like, they tried to set him up. They withheld evidence, all types of stuff. Like, that is I didn't even know you could still do that with, I mean, I kind of did, but with technology nowadays, man, it's nasty. But anyway, wow. And you know what's crazy? It's a clip. Look this up, y'all. It's a video clip of him once the announcement was made that the charges were dropped. It's a video clip of him dapping up the black police officer in the courtroom right when it happened. I was like, hell yeah. Because it's a shame, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's a shame, bro. It's a shame. Now, when it first dropped, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of thought, you know what I mean? I thought he was chasing the bunny. I did. I don't know about stalking, but I thought he was chasing the bunny, because that's usually how it goes. Whether it's assistants in the offense, like executive assistants, or football coach and athletic trainers, or, you know what I'm saying, water bottle girls, or whatever it is. It's usually some freaky shit happening with a lower position woman for a man in a high position. Happens all the time. And I thought they were screwing. I don't know about stalking. I mean, they did screw, but the stalking thing got charged. But good for him. Happy for Sharon Moore. He's definitely going to get another coaching opportunity somewhere soon with a school, because if not, then that's just messed up. That's petty. But yeah, man, shout out to him. I think he's going to do his thing. Now, a good friend of mine, shout out to Danielle. She sent me this first, and she said, one of these black men going to learn to stop chasing these snow bunnies. Because it, you know what I'm saying, more times than not, it ends up like this. I'll say this. I think that when it comes to black men chasing snow bunnies in situations like this, I think that you definitely become more vulnerable to a negative outcome or worst case scenario when things go wrong. Now, if things are going good, then it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. But if something goes wrong, meaning if y'all get into it, look at Jonathan Majors. All he did was run away from her, and he got charged. It's video proof of this man running away from her, and he got charged. Well, let's take it back even further. Let's look at the original of cases related to, you know what I'm saying, a black man chasing after a white woman. Emmett Till, he whistled. He spit game and whistled and got tortured and killed. He whistled. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, and of course the whole town said, oh, found now guilty. So anytime something goes wrong, more than likely the worst case is going to happen. So with this, I don't know whose plan it was to set up who, as far as whether it was Michigan, the university, or the state. But they said, oh, we have an opportunity to say that he was stalking and get him out of the head coaching position. They did just that, like that. Worst case scenario. When the slightest thing goes wrong. Now, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because he didn't pay her enough, whatever it is. So I'm not, listen, like what you like, do what you do. Could I like wife a bunny? No, I think, people tend to, like what they are and what they like. I just can't see myself, without long-term being out with someone who I can relate to more, plus brown is just me. Now, Latino, maybe we'll talk, but brown is just me. Now, now listen, have I dipped my toe in some snow? Yes. I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm Dr. Umar, y'all. Have I dipped my toe in some snow? Yes. But I don't swim in it. I don't bathe in it. I done dipped my toe in some snow. I ain't going to lie.
Sensational.
I just can't live in it. I just can't live with it. I just can't be with it for life. I like relatability. And then that's, you know what I'm saying? Listen, it's a reason why cities have Chinatowns. It's a reason why cities have Little Russia or Little Italy. You know what I mean? Human beings, we like what we are typically because of the relatability aspect, because of the understanding aspect. It's a lot that goes into it. That's just me. Now, some people are risk takers. Some people like thrill. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the reason is that you like what you like it, love it. If you like it, I love it. I'm not going to bash somebody for liking something that has absolutely nothing to do with me. I'm not going to bash a black man if he likes a white chick. I'm not. And some people may say, oh, you're such and such for that. It is what it is. I worry about me and mine. I do. Like if I see a black dude with a white chick, what does that have to do with me and who I like? Do I want the white chick? No. So why would I trip off of it? Do I want his girl? No. So why would I trip off of it? Black women, when they be like, oh, black men, y'all sell out if y'all mess. Do you want the specific black man that you're talking about? More cases than not, no, they don't want him. So what's the problem? That's how I look at it. What's the problem? Now you might say the problem is that the NBA has run into biracial to a whole bunch of biracial curly haired dudes, but I don't care, bro. It is what it is, man. It's all love at the end of the day. Love what you love. Just be cautious if you do go down this route, because if something goes wrong, then more likely worst case scenario will happen. Oh, yo, I'm gonna tell you one of the most deadliest weapons in human society. A white woman's tears. That is one of the most deadliest weapons in human society. And I'm saying when it comes to the involvement with a black man, if something goes wrong and she cries, boy, woo! Curtains. So happy for my man's. Tread lightly, but I mean, he digs snow bunnies. He likes white women. His wife is white, so go for it. Go for gold. Go for what you love. Just don't cheat on your wife. Just, you know what I mean? Or if you do, just get like an escort or a prostitute or something. Don't shit where you sleep at. Don't mess with no assistants. Don't mess with no equipment managers or whatever the hell she was. Just, you know what I mean, do it professionally. Get an escort or something, bruh. Because this is nasty work. This is nasty work. He was set up and cops withheld evidence. Nasty work. Nasty work. I don't know the demographics of Michigan, but I don't know, man. It sounds like a deeper story than just what it is. I mean, if it came to them setting them up and withholding evidence and all that, I think something has to be looked into it. Or we're just going to be like, well, it is what it is. Of course not. Of course not. So, hey, man, tread lightly out here, fellas. Between the Dak situation, that's what we started to show off with. So if you missed that, we talked about that. Hey, listen, Dak Prescott just got a fan. He did. Dak Prescott is all right with me. He stood 10 toes to his word. He stuck to his guns. And you know what I'm saying? He's not going to get spanked as bad with child support as opposed to if he were in like California or something. You know, Texas is a little bit more lenient, but if a judge wants to say he has to pay more than he can. So Dubs in the chat. Shout out to Dak. Dubs in the chat. Sharon Moore found not guilty. Or not, I won't say that, but you know, felony charges dropped. Evidence shows that he was set up. And evidence was withheld. Dubs in the chat. We got one, man. We got a dub. Thank God. His life could have been ruined. It was briefly ruined. But he stayed down. He stayed quiet. He stuck to his guns. He only spoke to his lawyers. Now look at him. He's up. Everybody tuning in, make sure that you hit that like button, man. Let's see what we're looking like on YouTube. Make sure that y'all hit that like button on YouTube. Okay, y'all showing up. I appreciate y'all, man. Hit that like button for your boy. If you're watching the playback, make sure that you subscribe. That way you can be kept up to every live episode. Hit that subscribe button. And if you're listening, well, if you're watching, you can listen. This is on podcast platforms as well. It's going to be released audio for podcasts, so you can tune in that way as well. But if you're listening, go ahead and come over to YouTube, see what it looked like. Dubs in the chat, man. Dubs in the chat. Dubs in the chatteries. But let me know what y'all think so far of this free agency frenzy, man. What's y'all's favorite pickup? What's y'all's most shocking pickup? Let's talk about Kenneth Walker to the Chiefs. I told you, man, Chiefs ain't messing around. They said, okay, listen, we gave y'all a year to do something. Ravens, Bills, we gave y'all a year. Y'all ain't do it. Okay, bet. Well, all right, we'll show you how it's done. Then I got Kenneth Walker. How do you let the Super Bowl MVP walk to the Kansas City Chiefs? Of all teams. I don't know, man. But I'm looking forward to the season nonetheless. The year is moving. It's already March. I'm looking forward to July. Damn, the year is moving. So July is the ACC Media Day kickoff here in Charlotte. ACC is headquartered here in Charlotte. Media Day. I'm already looking forward to that. That's going to be dope. All the ACC teams are going to be there. I'm going to get a lot of content from that. The season is right around the corner if you really think about it, because you got pro days, You got the NFL draft. You got OTAs, mini camp, all that stuff. So we here, man. We here, man. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in for this past hour. I don't know how Seahawks ain't re-sign them. Yeah, I mean, well, I'll say this about the Seahawks because it's very similar to the Eagles. Yeah, I know what you meant. It's very similar to the Eagles. They have a lot of great players, a lot of great young players that they're going to have to end up paying. So they're starting to stack their bread now. I think they still should have kept them, but Seahawks are known for keeping a stable of running backs. Like, even though Kenneth Walker is very good, they have 2 running backs behind them that can produce as well. Not as much as Kenneth Walker, I don't think, but still they have 2 great running backs. They have to start saving up for people. They have to. Devin Witherspoon, Jackson Smith and Jigma, all them dudes. Sam Darnold's going to get an extension before it's all said and done. They don't want him to walk away. So they're going to have to start saving up. And it's very similar to the Eagles. I talk too fast. Very similar to the Eagles. Like, we're getting rid of dudes left and right, and I know it's because we're going to have to start saving up. We have a lot of young dudes that we have to pay, a lot of great young dudes that we have to pay. So we got to start saving up. When you're a team with a lot of great players, that's just how it goes, man. Especially great young players who are on their rookie contracts. That's just how it goes. It's the name of the game, man. Ball is ball. Well, listen, man, everyone tuning in, whether you're watching live, listening, watching the playback, I truly appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure that you like, subscribe, be kept up to date anytime I do go live for Day at Night. Every Monday between 8 and 8:30 I'll start, but we're going to go for an hour regardless. And if you don't catch it live, you can listen to the podcast on audio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Make sure that you tune in. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is Day at Night with your weekly dosage of sports, culture, and real talk. Make sure that y'all stay safe, stay sane, but most importantly, stay blessed. Go Birds. We out. Peace.